Alright guys, how's it going? So, before I get into this video, I just want to point out that I record these videos for my friends and people that have followed my Cop Talk website for the last 26, 27 years, right? So, we're not here to try and grow a YouTube channel or to have like high retention or anything. This is going to be a long video, trust me, because there's a lot of notes to go through. So, if you're not a stayer, right, you know what I mean? If you can only last a few minutes, then this video probably isn't for you, okay? So, guys, I have been out this morning, I've been to the cafe, and I have reviewed the Spanish football dailies for you today, the Spanish print media, Marca, Sport, AS, and as you can imagine, today's coverage is going to be dominated by Marca. And you will already know what's been said, especially if you watch my morning briefing today. I'm going to go over all of my notes. It's going to take some time to do this. I'm going to read the entire article to you as well, translated. It took a bit of time to prepare the video, to be honest with you. There's a little mention in here of maybe something to do with Alonso because of, talking about how he played for Liverpool and went to Real Madrid, because it's tied in with this kind of subject. But the majority of this video, like the whole video, really is about Trent Alexander-Arnold and today's claims, which are not really new, because 3 days ago I made this claim, and it wasn't a channel members video because I didn't want a lot of attention with it. I'll explain to you as I go through my notes. But I did, even though that was for channel members, I did another video after that, and on the end of it, I actually said what I said in the channel members video, tagged it into another video without the catchy headline, because I didn't want to attract lots of new people to the channel. Do you know what I mean? I know that probably doesn't make sense, but we're not trying to grow a channel here. And when you do make bold claims and catchy headlines or whatever, it brings new people in, and that's great. I love new people being here, but I can't be doing with the numpties that turn up that are rude and they don't understand what we're doing here, right? So, but we'll go through all of it and I'll explain what I mean. So, I just want to show you first of all, there is today's front page of Marca. I knew that was coming up today. Quiere venir al Madrid literally translates to he wants to come to Madrid, or in football context, he wants to join Real Madrid, okay? And then on the inside, pages 2 and 3, you can see they've gone to town with it, basically, with everything. There's that little bit about Alonso there. I don't know if you can see that in the centre, at the middle, at the bottom there. And yeah, so that's basically what everyone's talking about now. The Twitter twats and the aggregator accounts, and they've made a big deal out of this. But if you're someone that follows my YouTube channel or the website or whatever, especially my Spanish paper review, I do it every day of the week. This isn't really new to you, all right? So, but I'll explain. So if I was you, go and put the kettle on still pause, and we'll try and work our way through this, okay? So, reading from notes is difficult, but I would never be able to remember all this. So I'll do my best for you, right? So inside pages 2 and 3, basically Liverpool already knows that Alexander-Arnold wants to go to Madrid. These little sub-headlines and things. The fullback has informed Liverpool that he doesn't want to renew his contract and he wants to wear white, which is obviously a reference to Real Madrid. It also says in the little bit of blurb before the article, Bellingham has given Alexander-Arnold an update on what he's going to find in Chamartin, which is apparently a fashionable residential area in Madrid, known for upscale boutiques and bistros. In other words, like, when you come and live here, this is what it's like, this is what we'll be doing, this is what it's like, you know what I mean? Which I think we all kind of know that Bellingham will be doing this, right? Now, the article is by a journalist called Jose Felix Diaz, right? Now, as you know, if you watch my videos, this is the one journal that I pay attention to regarding Trent and Real Madrid, reports to do with them. We obviously see reports to do with Trent and various claims and Real Madrid from all sorts of different things in Spain. Like Fichajes, that's a very speculative website, don't pay attention to it. That Relevo, whatever they're called, I don't pay any attention to them. But this particular journalist is one that I do pay attention to. I'll tell you a little bit about him. He's a Spanish football journalist. He's well known for his coverage of Real Madrid. He works for Marca, one of Spain's largest sports publications, and he's recognised for breaking reliable transfer news and insider reports related to Real Madrid and La Liga. He also appears on Spanish radio and TV to discuss football developments. Due to his close ties with clubs and agents, Diaz is often cited for his reliable scoops on potential signings, managerial changes, and behind-the-scenes negotiations in Spanish football. The people pay attention to him, right? And I pay attention to him, right? Okay. It doesn't mean that I take what he says as gospel, but I like to see what he's saying. He's the one journalist. Every time I review the papers for you, I look to see what he's saying about Trent. Now, for those of you that are maybe new to the channel, in the summer, I was buying those dailies and reviewing them here in Spain every day because of the Zubimendi stuff. We stopped getting them when the transfer window closed, but then the Trent stuff rumbled on, with Real Madrid. And that clique of Liverpool journalists were telling people that Trent's in the papers every day with Real Madrid, and I was saying, that's not happening, guys. So I started getting the newspapers again to show you what is and what isn't in the newspapers. And there hasn't been a lot of stuff about Trent and Real Madrid, to be honest with you, in the Spanish print media, but it has increased somewhat in the last couple of days. He was in AS yesterday, mentioned today in Marca, a couple of times previously, and obviously when we played them as well. But it's not every day like those journalists in England wanted you to believe. And they stopped making those claims, right, when we started reviewing the papers again. So let's focus on, I'm just trying to explain why I get the Spanish dailies. We don't get them because we take what they say as set in stone. We know there's a lot of propaganda and stuff like that, but it enables you to go, right, okay, that's been mentioned, and you can work it out yourselves, right? So it's all about taking on board what's out there and you digesting and you forming your own opinions, not me telling you what you should or shouldn't believe. So, okay. The article, Trent Alexander-Arnold has already told Liverpool's directors that he wants to play for Real Madrid. That is the title, or the headline, if you like. We're going to go through the article. The scene has taken place in the hands of the Anfield Club's directors' latest attempt to achieve a renewal that is becoming more and more unlikely. Not impossible, right? Bear that in mind. It's unlikely. The fullback's continuity is becoming impossible in the face of what seems to be the evidence, which is none other than that the defender seems to have fallen into the arms of the seduction and enchantment of Real Madrid, and also because of the fact that he is living a new experience. Alexander-Arnold knows what Real Madrid is like very well. He has information on what it is and what it represents. He knows it firsthand thanks to Jude Bellingham, one of his great friends in the world of football. The move is due to the fact that Liverpool's ownership did not want to reach January 1st without resolving the renewal of the fullback's contract, something that is also repeated with Van Dijk and Salah, players who are symbols of a club that now dominates the Premier League and that sees three of its stars reach the moment of being able to decide their future without counting on their current club, obviously free to negotiate with other clubs from the 1st of January. Each one is a different world and their circumstances are completely different. But all three have in common that they are more than just players for Liverpool fans, hence the strenuous attempts to renew their contracts. Alexander-Arnold's case implies that he is a player who was trained at the Anfield Club, an English international, and still has a long way to go, as his 26 years of age suggests. Over the last few months, there have been several attempts to reach an agreement. A solution has been found to unblock a situation that has reached its limit. I was wondering if that has not been found. Okay, anyway, especially when the footballer himself has already expressed his desire to the Liverpool directors. The immediate future is in the hands of those in charge at Anfield who already know what the interest of the Whites, or that the interest of the Whites is not a strategy of the agent to get a more important and more substantial contract. In other words, all the reports that you're seeing and this kind of reporting isn't Trent's agent, trying to get him a better deal, trying to play Liverpool, if you like. It's genuine interest. This is what the journalist is saying here. The time has come to decide whether or not to open up to a possible operation in January or resign themselves to seeing one of their key players leave without leaving anything in return for the club's coffers. In other words, Liverpool maybe should start thinking about now whether they might try and sell him in January. Real Madrid will simply wait and see. If a call comes, negotiations for a possible immediate signing can be opened at any time. The situation is at the point that is of most interest to the new club in this case. That is, knowing that your player is leaving in a few months without receiving anything in return and seeing whether or not you are interested in negotiating and getting some money for an asset that is leaving. History repeats itself in the winter transfer market year after year. The White Club has experienced this in recent years with Alaba, Rudiger and Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold is the most valued fullback according to Transfer Market at 75 million euros. He has played in 16 matches with 4 assists to his name. The English international has been an active part of all of Liverpool's successes under Klopp, and those that are now on the horizon with Slot at the helm. Those who know the English club say that they do not plan to sell in January given the challenges they face, and that they are capable of keeping their stars until the contracts expire. The relationship between the two clubs is excellent as such, and has been shown in recent years, which was confirmed weeks ago when Anfield called Valdebebas to find out if the interest in Alexander-Arnold was real. And you know what that is, or you know that it is real, or whatever. Now, the journalist this journalist made those exact claims, and more or less the same article, more or less chopped up, around the time we played Real Madrid in the Champions League, and he talked about Liverpool, calling them apparently, to say, is your interest, genuine in this player? Are you really trying to sign this player? Would you be interested in signing this player? Are you sniffing around this player? Liverpool can't do anything about it if he wants to go on a free. But obviously, maybe with the January, just doing a bit of homework kind of thing. And the same journalist at the time said that ahead of the Liverpool-Real Madrid game, the pre-match meal, the official meal, that it would be up for discussion at that. Now, so that's the article, fully translated. I'm sure you understood most of it. Obviously, it had to be translated, and things can be a bit different sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So 3 days ago, I told you in another video that I had obtained information from a source. I hate using that word. That wasn't from a journalist or from any media outlet in Spain. I made that. It was a private video for channel members. Obviously, I posted about it on the members' website. I wanted to keep it low key because the video would have attracted a lot of newcomers, And that, if you're trying to grow a YouTube channel, or if you're one of these other channels, that's exactly what you want to do. You want thousands of views, you know what I mean? Now, I wanted a quiet life because it brings in, new people, and you get new people that are nice. But most of the time, they're coming on here, who the fuck are you? And fucking, do you know what I mean? So I can't be dealing with it. So I kept it private. That video really a bit low key because obviously your channel members, they're going to be respectful, they support you, they trust you and whatnot, right? And but in another video I have mentioned what was in that private video, so you didn't have to be a channel member. If you watch all the videos, you'll find out, right? Anyway, so clicks and impressions, subscribers and all that, they're not my motivation here, as you know. Such a video, it would have exploded, it would have made a few bob. But I can't be doing with that, to be honest with you. Instead, I wanted people, to follow my work for the last 27 years. I'm in my 27th year now. I wanted them people to watch the video because I knew they would trust me. Do you know what I mean? And if you think about it, in the video that I did, I said to people, what did I say? I said, look, I've got this information about Trent informing Real Madrid that he wants to go there, basically, right? And I said in that video, it's not from a journalist, it's not come from a journalist, it's not come from the Spanish media anywhere in Spain. It had come from someone, right, to me, and I was very coy, I was like, you have to trust me with it. Now, if you say that to the people that have followed you for years, they're going to go, no problems, don't got it. But if you say that in a video, if people come into your channel for the first time and they're like, well, we're just going to trust what you say. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay, trust your fam, yeah, right. So that's why I don't fucking, why I didn't do that. And that video that I did the other day, as a matter of interest, if you're interested to know what it was titled, where is it? 3 days ago. Here we go. Trent Alexander-Arnold. No, it's not that one. Where the fuck is it? I can't even find it. Where is it, guys? Help me out, man. Maybe it was just before then. 3 days ago. I don't know. I need to find it. Visibility. Let's just put members. Let's have a look. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Hey, here we go. 24th of December. All right. I do apologise. Trent Alexander-Arnold makes intentions known as January 1st looms. Even in that title, I didn't put informs Real Madrid he wants to sign for them. I just didn't want that kind of publicity. So it is a private video on here. There's a preview of that if you want to go and see it. So let's get back on track. So this source, I hate using that word, is someone that is absolutely most definitely on the inside at Real Madrid, right? No doubt about it. And I think this can now be verified, because what they said 3 days ago, 4 days ago, whatever it is now, is more or less exactly what Marca has said today about informing Real Madrid he wants to go there. If you paid attention to yesterday's Spanish dailies video, AS also covered something yesterday. If you remember, made something similar along those lines. I did a video yesterday titled Trent Alexander-Arnold, quote, is clear that he wants to play at Real Madrid. So I made the initial claim 3-4 days ago. AS went in with it yesterday, Marca today. So I think the source is, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yesterday, AS wrote, he is clear that he wants to play at Real Madrid and has ignored all the renewal offers that have come into him from the offices of Anfield. If everything goes well, if being the key word here, he will be a Real Madrid player next summer. Then today, obviously, Marca run with exactly what my source said earlier this week. So basically, if you follow my content, you already know what Marca are writing. Today. You already know this, right? You already know this. So it does excite me what they've wrote today, because it confirms the source is accurate. I'm sure there'll be newcomers to this video who won't believe that some fat bloke in Spain, knows someone on the inside at Real Madrid. But I'm not a random YouTuber or content creator. You know what I'm saying? When L4 tried to buy the club, my mate at the time that was leading the takeover of Liverpool Football Club, attempting to buy the club from David Moores on behalf of Dubai, was exceptionally close to Jose Angel Sanchez. He was a key executive at Real Madrid. He would later become their CEO. Now, had L4 purchased Liverpool, my mate would have been part of the senior management team at Anfield, and Jose Angel Sanchez was going to come to be at Liverpool, right, instead of be at Real Madrid. That was the plan. It didn't happen. But the point I'm trying to make here is, at that time, I had amazing insight and snippets of information as to what was going on with Liverpool and Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? Which is incredible. It really is. It's incredible. So, anyway, Sanchez, today, he continues to work closely with Perez, overseeing the club's commercial strategies, negotiating major signings and managing overall business operations. And he remains a key architect of Real Madrid's financial and sporting strategies. So if you're a newcomer, you're probably like, yeah, whatever, mate. If you've been around these parts, especially since the 1990s, you know that Dunk knows best, DKB, you know what I'm saying? Don't underestimate the Dunk Meister. Now, key points from the article that's written today. Trent Alexander-Arnold has already told Liverpool's directors that he wants to play for Real Madrid. This is obviously the message I conveyed a few days ago. Do we believe that? Personally, yes, I do believe this, but actually I need to be very specific here. In my video the other day, I didn't say that Trent had told Liverpool's directors that he wanted to play for Real Madrid. What I said in that video was Trent Alexander-Arnold had conveyed to Real Madrid, I want to come to you. I will come to you if you come in for me, right? And whether that's Trent himself, which is unlikely, or his agent, or through Belling or whatever, the message basically 3 or 4 days ago, and he's now in Marca today, is that, hey, I want to go to Real Madrid. And we've seen an increase in the reporting about that, right? So obviously I get told that a few days ago, earlier this week. We then say we see AS go with it yesterday. We're seeing Marca go with it today, or overnight, if you like. And as I've said in other videos, if you think about it, we're led to believe that in the summer, Real Madrid said to and they said Alonso, said to Alexander-Arnold and Davies at Bayern Munich, don't renew, right? Stay out of contract, do not renew. If there's a possibility of doing something, we can't do it if you renew, so you need to drag it out. And both of those players have dragged it out, right? So Trent waits and drags it out. Now, this is getting a bit into opinion now, right? My own opinion. But I think if you bear with me, you might agree with me. Trent's told to drag it out, right? If you commit, then we can't do anything. If there's a possibility of doing something, we can only do that if you haven't committed to Liverpool, and we'll review it around the time, right? Sort of thing, you know? So I think this is purely speculation on my part. I think that Trent's dragged it out, and as I've been saying, before these claims came out, before I made the claims the other day, before AS yesterday and Marca today, before that, I was saying to you guys, it's getting to the end of fucking December now. He must be getting a bit squeaky bum if, this is a massive word that we're using a lot, right, regarding this, if Real Madrid haven't gone in for him, he's getting squeaky bum, because on the 1st of January, I think it will go toxic towards Trent. I really do. And I'm starting to see that already, especially because of the Marca report today. The people on social media that are hearing this for the first time, because they don't follow us around here, guys, they're all like, they're losing their shit and everything. And I think people in the city from the 1st of January will really, in the city especially, never mind online, the people in the city, the vibe, there's going to be a vibe towards Trent, without a doubt, from the 1st of January, if he hasn't signed anything with Liverpool, right? He goes into the new year, people are going to say, we know what you're fucking doing, right? And that toxicity won't be towards Virgil van Dijk or Mo Salah. I think it'll be towards Trent, because he's a younger player, blah, blah, blah. And well, not just that he's a younger player, but, future, he would be the captain of the club maybe one day. He spoke about things like that. Local boy done good. Just be honest, if you want to go, fucking go, let the club get some money for you, that kind of thing. People are going to really resent him. So what I think, right, now remember, the difference between what I'm telling you versus my own opinion, right, is I think that it's getting towards the end of the year and he's getting a bit squeaky bum, right? Now, there might be dialogue going on in the background, right, and all that, but maybe not a formal, firm, like, offer. And what I think's happened here, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, we're going to get to the end of the year, he's going to start panicking, like, fucking hell, if we don't sort something, they're going to turn on me, you know, right? So I think the agent, or maybe Trent himself through Bellingham, has said, is putting the thing on, you know, like putting pressure on, saying, look, you know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to come to you. And that's why I think we're hearing those claims. Why we heard them 3 or 4 days ago, yesterday and today, is because that message has now gone back to Real Madrid. In other words, like, hey, look, I will come to you if you come in from it. Basically, come and get me, right? I think previously, Trent just wanted the option. Would it be there? Would that be there? And I think it would be difficult for him to leave his boyhood club, right? And chewing it over, like, do I do it? Do I not do it? My friends are going to kill me. My family are going to kill me. The fans are going to fucking hang me. You know, people in the city. And all this pressure and stuff going on him, right? And then about 4 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, do you remember my tune changed? And I said, I don't think he wants that option anymore. I think if they come in for him now, he goes, yes, I'll go, right? So I changed my opinion, and you know that. And as we got towards the end of the month, I just get the feeling he's gone, look, like, I'm up for it, right? I will come to you. I will come to you. And I think that's why you're now saying it. I want to go to Madrid. Do you know what I mean, right? That's what I think, anyway. Okay, so in the article, over the last few months, there have been several attempts to reach an agreement. Yeah, Liverpool have tried to reach an agreement and have so far failed, right? So we agree with that. The article says, the time has come to decide whether or not to open up to a possible operation in January, or Liverpool must resign themselves to seeing one of their key players leave without leaving anything in return, into the club's coffers, basically. Now, everything in Madrid today, and you will know this if you followed my Spanish dailies updates for the last few months, everything in Madrid today has suggested that Real want to do a free transfer, right? No business in January by Perez for the last 5 years, I think. He doesn't like doing that. And I said to you, a lot depends on results. Yeah, November, December. Do you remember them a game every 3 days or something in December? If they're having that so-called crisis, then maybe they'll try and do something in January, right? If they can wing it, if they're doing all right, we'll wait until the summer. We'll do the freebie because they like a freebie, right? Who doesn't? Me included. What was I going to say then? I'm all over the fucking place with this, right? I don't know. But I was going to say something. Didn't matter. The player has also told people close to him, and this is something that I'm claiming, that if he was to leave, he'd rather leave in the summer, rather be seen walking out mid-season. The vibe coming from the Trent camp, and you will know this if you've been around here for a couple of months or whatever, is that Trent has, said, I don't want to go mid-season if Real Madrid come in for me, because I don't want to be seen as walking out on the club in mid-season. Imagine if Liverpool imploded, if it coincided with his departure. I'm not saying he's such an important player. What I'm saying is, just imagine if he, hang on then, let's imagine. Just imagine if he leaves and then Liverpool do fall away or something, people would always blame him. And when he goes back to the city, fuck man, the pressure on that. Plus, of course, it's financially better for him, never mind Real Madrid, if he leaves at the end of the season, right? Because, he'd get a huge signing on fee. Some people keep saying, sell him in January, sell him in January. If you were Trent Alexander-Arnold, would you let the club sell you in January? The same if you were Virgil or Mo. Why would you do that? No one in the right mind would agree to be sold in January unless it was a move you really wanted, because you're going to get, you're a free player, all right? So you get the signing on fee, not like 70 million fucking pounds or euros or something, but you get a hefty substantial signing on fee, right? So it's in everyone's interest for it to happen at the end of the season, right? Now, what is really important, Real Madrid must move for him to make any of this happen. And if they are to move, sources in Madrid claim it will happen when the window opens, and it wouldn't be later in January, right? Because Trent might be saying, I want to go to you, I will come to you, come and get me. But unless they do something, it doesn't matter what he wants. Do you know what I'm saying? Right? So we've been told for months and months and months, we've gone over this for days, weeks, months, right? That the vibe from Madrid is that the boardroom are split as to his quality, as Rafa Benitez would say, for sure, right? So what that means is, at Real Madrid, the directors, if you like, are saying, he's a good player, he's great at going forward, we admire that, but is he the best defender? That's apparently the vibe from Madrid, right? Which some of us would agree with, right? So then there's suggestions that they might like someone like Pedro Porro instead. But he would cost 70 million upwards or something like that. Trent's free. What team in the world does not try and sign Trent Alexander on a free, right? So they would still snap him up. But is he? He's not. If he goes to Real Madrid, I think it'd be the worst mistake he could ever make. And that's not my Liverpool loyalties coming through there. I just don't see him being a Real Madrid player. Bellingham can be in his ear as much as he wants, saying, if you come here, we'll do this, we'll do it. Because it's not all about what happens on a football pitch, right? It's about their lives, their time out, their families. Let's go, we'll go out with the girls, we'll go. Do you know what I mean, right? So you can see the attraction. But at Real Madrid, the mistakes that he often makes at Liverpool, as any player does, they're not like our fans, is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? We're like, oh, fucking hell. But you know what I mean? Like, they'll be throwing pigs' heads at him and everything. At Liverpool, he's someone. At Real Madrid, he's a number. He's a nobody at Real Madrid. Unless he turns into a Galactico. Is Trent Alexander-Arnold going to turn into a Galactico at Real Madrid? I'm not so sure, guys. I think he's a great player. But I've seen better players leave Liverpool over the years. And that's not a dig. Do you know what I mean? I want him to stay, man. I really hope he stays at Liverpool. But I can't help but think that it's gone to his head. And I think it's visible. Winning the Ballon d'Or, my ass. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is Bellingham. I do. I think he's seen a bit of that. You'll have your own boots and your own brand. Do you know what I mean? Brand Trent and all that. I just think it's all in his head. I really do. Anyway, if the lad wants to go and play for Real Madrid, I ain't got a problem with that. Just be honest. Be honest with the club. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't shit on the club. Don't do a Michael Owen and have your agent go on a sabbatical for a year and tell everyone, I'll sort it when my agent gets back. We all know, right? It's obvious he's dragging it out. If they don't come in for him, remember that word, if they don't come in for him, he obviously signs for Liverpool. He's not going to go anywhere else. And he's going to tell everyone that, I told you I don't negotiate my contracts out in public. I never thought once of leaving for this club, which we all know is a big lies, right? But who gives a fuck if he signs for us? Put it to bed, we can stop talking about it. We can fucking move on, because I'm sick of hearing about it. Right. In the article, those who know the English clubs say that they do not plan to sell in January given the challenges they face and that they are capable of keeping their stars until their contracts expire. I'm inclined to believe this. Liverpool could turn around in January and go, do you know what, let's sell him for 10 million or something. Fine, but is he worth, would you rather have the 10 million or the additional player to the end of the season? I know what I'd rather have. And no, I just don't. I don't think Liverpool would want to sell him in January unless it got sour or something like that. And I'm not sure that would happen. The relationship between the two clubs is excellent as such and has been shown in recent years, which was confirmed weeks ago when Anfield called Valdebebas to find out if the interest in Alexander-Arnold was real. This journal made the very same claim on the day of our Champions League tie against Real Madrid. I think it was the very same day. There might be someone that is in the comments going, actually, it was the day before. But it was basically when we played them, right? And Valdebebas, it's not a person. It's the area on the outskirts of Madrid, where their training complex is basically. It's also known as Real Madrid City, if you like. So I knew that there would be like massive breakdowns there, Liverpool fans losing their shit because they're not clued up like you guys. You guys are here with me. I know that you guys already know all of this, right? So what Marker have written today, we've already discussed earlier in the week. If you're not a channel member or on the members website, then you obviously didn't see that video. You haven't seen my written words about that. But if you watch all of my videos, you will have known this, right? So we know this. I don't see anything in this article. I mean, this article, if you think about it, it might look very, dramatic if you don't follow us around here, if you're not part of the Coxtalk family or whatever, and you see that today, then that's big news to you, right? But to us, it's old news. And I'll be honest with you guys, in this article, what's new in this article? The only thing, the article is, I want to go to Real Madrid. Well, we've said it, we know this. I think we know this. And I think it's this simple. If, and I've been saying this mantra for ages, if Real Madrid move for him, he leaves Liverpool and goes to them. It's that simple. I do not believe any claims or suggestions that this is about money. We've seen people attacking Trent the last few weeks because some shitty tabloid said he wants 350 grand a week and Real Madrid have said, name your price, we'll give you that. I don't believe that for 1 minute. In fact, I reckon in terms of salary at Liverpool, he would be offered more salary at Liverpool than he would at Real Madrid. That's what I think, although at Real Madrid, signing on fee, right? This journalist is someone that I pay attention to. Now, if you're one of those Liverpool fans, and there's some fans that don't want to believe things they read, he's my favourite player, he would never leave us, and all that shit, right? There is people like that. Then, all right, maybe this journalist is making it up. The journalist is making it up. And AS yesterday were also making it up. And I hate using that word contact, but I can't label them a friend. I don't, you know what I mean? My associate, I hate using the word sources. It's like starting to sound like that fucking indie on X or something like that. One of these Twitter twats, right? I ain't no Twitter twat. I'm a twat, fat twat, but I ain't a Twitter twat, right? I ain't claiming to be ITK and all that nonsense, right? But I'm the original ITK for the 1990s. Hooray, you fucking don't you forget that, DKB. Right? So the journal's lying, AS were lying yesterday, and my friend, associate, contact, source, whatever you want to say, 3-4 days ago was completely wrong as well then. Right? No. This has been filtered. This is the message that's gone to Real Madrid. Right? And it makes me think, or come to the conclusion, and this is personal opinion, that I don't think Real Madrid have been like all over him. If they sign him, it's that if again, I'm throwing the ifs in left, right and centre. If they sign him, I'm sure they were trying to sign him forever. They loved him. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But I think this, the reason we're seeing that report today, that front page headline today, the same sort of thing in AS yesterday, and the claims that I made several days ago, the reason we're seeing those things, I think, is because it's getting to the end of December and his arse is collapsing. And his camp are saying, no, we will come to you if you come in. We will come to you. And that's why we're seeing this. But we wouldn't see that in the newspapers, right, if it was all done and dusted already. I don't think you'd see a fucking thing, to be honest with you. So And I made this prediction. Now, I don't know whether I'm right or not with it. Dunk knows best. All right. I don't know if I'm right with this, right? But in the run-up to this week, I said this. I said, I think we will see, if his ass, you know what I mean? Like, it's coming to the 1st of January, and it'll really raise towards him. I'm telling you, man, the fans will be, if he don't fucking sign anything before January 1st, the minute it goes in, people will be more defensive of Virgil and more defensive of Mo, because they'll be saying, just give him the fucking, these are senior professionals that have done everything for Liverpool Football Club. And have indicated, really, if you read between the lines, that they want to stay at the fucking club, all right? And that's the difference with Trent. Trent's hiding behind, I don't play my contract negotiations out in public, which if I was one of them other players, I'd be a bit insulted by that. I'd be like, well, I'm not. I would like to stay at this fucking club. So Trent could easily, at any time, come out and said, whatever's going on behind the scenes, I leave that to the people to sort that out. Yeah. I love this club, and I would like to be a part of this club. There's all sorts of things he could say, but still hide behind, but, that's up to them. No, I've got nothing to say on the matter, but I love this club, right? Even if he doesn't want to commit to saying, I want to stay at this club, he could have at any time said, I don't talk about these things, I let my agent deal with all that and the club. I love this club. That's all he had to say, and people would be a lot warmer towards him, but he hasn't. Instead, he's hiding behind, I don't play my contract. And then, if Real Madrid don't come in for him, I never thought once about, like I said, I don't, fuck off, Trent. No, I'm not having it. But there's part of me as well that's like, hey, if the lad wants to go and fulfill his, whatever, that's fine. I ain't got a problem with that, yeah? But I think I'm calling it right. And I think if you read the comments of this video from the people that have been around here, a long time, I think they'll say to you, yeah, everything that's been said along here has happened. It has. There's no prizes for that. But what I'm trying to say here is, like, on here, I don't try to sensationalise it. I don't really want to put big fucking headlines up and that. I want a quiet life. I'm a fucking granddad. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like growing a YouTube channel. I'm happy as a fucking am. So, yeah. Now, so we're talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Wouldn't it be nice to see him say, look, I'm not playing my contract out. I don't really want to talk about the contract situation. That's for my agent to deal with. But I love this club. He hasn't fucking said that once, or any words similar to it, unless I've missed them, right? And that's why people from First of January, I'm telling you, in the city, man, I've already got people from the city. People from the city can be completely different to people online, right? I'm an out-of-towner, right? But I, like, proper people, that support Liverpool from Liverpool, they don't give a fuck where you're from. As long as you've got Liverpool in your mind, your blood, your heart, and you respect things and you act properly, how you conduct yourself and everything, that's all they're bothered about. Or you've always got them other fucking divs, you know what I mean? You're not from here, fuck off, back to your day trip, and all that. Don't fucking listen to them idiots. Because the majority of people from Liverpool love everyone, right? The way I see their support is, if you're from Liverpool, right, they're like the soul of the club, right? And people like me that are not from Liverpool, they're like the heart of the club. And you need the heart and soul to make something work, right? It's just a different connection, I think. So, yeah, you're always going to get your fucking keyboard warriors, caps locking people to, don't know, fucking Trent Alexander, you know what I mean? Like all that. You're going to get that. But the people in the city, yeah, they're communicating with me more recently, and they're saying, nah, fuck him, Dunk, he's this, he's that, this is what he's saying, this is what's going on in the city. What's being said, rumoured around the city, you often don't even see online. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I saw this today, right? This wasn't in the papers. And this is Real Madrid's injured right back, Dani Carvajal, right? And he's been quoted as saying this: if I ever leave Real Madrid, I will not play in Europe, right? I will not compete against Real Madrid in the Champions League or in Spain. So when he says in Europe, I won't, European competition, I think he means there, right? If I ever leave Real Madrid, I won't play against this club in the Champions League or in Spain, is basically what he's saying there, right? Now, he's piping up because he's obviously hearing about the speculation and things like that as well. But wouldn't it be nice to hear Trent saying, at the end of the day, if I was to leave Liverpool, I ain't ever playing in the Champions League against Liverpool? Because that's what Dani Carvajal's saying there about Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, this is a very long video. I'm willing to answer any questions. I can try, I will try and answer them. It's very difficult, right? You get these wankers that come on here that are not from around these parts, right? And they'll run the fucking mouths, and it's really difficult sometimes to sit in front of a fucking phone or a video camera or whatever and try and convey the message that you want to get across. Especially when you've got notes, especially when it's in a foreign language. I must have spent maybe an hour this morning, maybe an hour and a half, a little bit shorter than that, working on this article and the notes and the things that I wanted to say to you. And I don't want a prize for it. I'm just trying to say I'm trying to do my best. And I don't want people to turn against Trent, right? If he leaves, all right, or if he leaves on a free, if it's that bit that angers you or annoys you, or if he leaves and he doesn't want to play for Liverpool and that annoys you, fine, by all means, you're entitled to your opinion and you say what you think. But unless he leaves, I don't think you should be giving him any shit, to be honest with you, because we don't own him, us personally, and his ambitions and his aspirations are up to him, right? And someone left a good comment on one of my videos about him the other day and said, when a club wants rid of you or whatever, there's no fucking loyalty to get rid of you, right? He doesn't owe nobody nothing, right? Yes, from a supporter's point of view, we're like, what is wrong with you? You're playing for the club you love, you're from here, you're going to be the future captain. I understand all that. But if, there's that fucking word again, if Real Madrid do not offer him the option to go there, he has to backtrack, right? And that's why I think we're seeing these articles. That's why I think we're seeing these articles. Someone mentioned the other day, I don't know if this is true or not, that he put a tweet out or a post out, whatever it's fucking called now, right? And he put a post out saying something about, nice win or whatever, something followed some game, with a hashtag YNWA, and someone said that's the first time in a year you've added YNWA, right? I don't think that's conclusive proof of anything, but the psychology, it does make you wonder if he's just thinking, I need to keep people on fucking side here. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's not working the way that they thought it was going to work. Are Real Madrid interested in Trent? Yes, of course they are. Who wouldn't be, right? But it has to be right for them too. And like you, sick of talking about it. But that's why I'm here. I don't pick what's in the news on the front page of the papers today. And in fairness to me, I review the Spanish papers every day of the fucking week. Whether there's anything about Trent in them or not. And 9 times out of 10 there isn't. So my regulars around here be like, Dunk always talks about this shit, right? So anyway, I think that's it. Have I covered everything? I think I've covered everything. I'll probably go back over it again. Right. Also, there was another article alongside that one, which said Xabi Alonso, the last white red. And it says in August 2009, Liverpool and Real Madrid closed the last agreement between them. Arbeloa had arrived weeks before. The transfer of players between Liverpool and Real Madrid is not very extensive. The last operation between the two clubs with an Anfield player heading to Madrid dates back to the summer of 2009. On August 4th of that year, Xabi Alonso became a Real Madrid player. It was a signing that the white team had undertaken 5 years earlier, but the agreement then between Real Sociedad, I don't know what that is. I don't think you're really that bothered, are you? I'm trying to translate at the same time. I just feel a bit hyper. Do you know what I mean? I do apologise. You can log off now if you haven't already. Let me see if I can. Sure, I don't know where that bit is. Oh, here we go. What was it? They also talked about McManaman, Owen, and Jadek. Transfers to Liverpool: Nunes, Morientes, Sahin. Oh, here we go. On August 4th, so the last operation between the two clubs with an Anfield player heading to Madrid dates back to the summer of 2009. On August 4th of that year, Xabi Alonso became a Real Madrid player. It was a signing that the white team had undertaken 5 years ago, but the agreement then between Real Sociedad after finishing second in La Liga was with Liverpool. I think they're trying to say they tried. I don't know what that means. Alonso arrived at Madrid weeks after Arbeloa also left Liverpool to return to the Bernabeu. In the case of Alonso, the agreement was closed at €30 million for the English team and a 5-year contract. Before the current Bayer Leverkusen coach and the under-19 manager arrived from the ranks of Anfield, McManaman and Judek arrived at the Spanish capital from the ranks of Liverpool. And then it talks about Nunes, Fernando Morientes and Nuri Sahin. So that concludes Marca's coverage today that we're looking at. In AS, there is a headline to be Guardiola or be Klopp. Basically, the key points in that article were Guardiola and Klopp have defined an era in football through their intense rivalry in both the Bundesliga and the Premier League. Klopp departed as a beloved figure, while Guardiola remains at City, but now faces the biggest crisis of his career. Liverpool under Arne Slot are thriving this season, leading the Premier League and excelling in the Champions League and domestic cups. I think what they were saying here was, from memory in this article, was that Klopp got out at the right time as Pep held on, clung on sort of thing. That was all in AS. In sport that I thought you might be interested in was a headline, Total Collapse in Manchester. What a great headline, and it's a nice thought, isn't it? City and United. United in misfortune, it says. Both Manchester clubs, City and United, are facing a crisis in the Premier League, and that was highlighted by Boxing Day results where both teams dropped points against lower-ranked opposition. So, I don't know if I've covered everything. I don't know if I've done a good job of that. I don't know, if any of this really was of interest to you. If you watch the video to the end, do let me know, please. I'm very critical of myself as well. I often think that I explain it there. I think I did. I think I got the message across. And I just think that in that, I think if you follow Cop Talk TV or Cop Talk in general, you already know everything that's in market today, right? If you don't, then you've probably lost your shit today, because that's the first time you think that, that Trent's going to go or he's going to walk out or this, that and the other. But I would still urge caution. Now, that just reminds me, in the video I did 3 or 4 days ago, that person that made me aware that Trent or his people or the camp, because I don't know who it was, but the Trent camp, whoever, they told me that they'd informed Real Madrid, we want to come to you, or I want to come to you, or he wants to come to you, right? But that person said, and if I remember this, in the video I said this, they expressed caution. And they said, despite it being, that is what's happened, right? That's the message that's being conveyed. You've got to be cautious because Real Madrid have to make a decision. And this is something, again, that we've been going on about for weeks and weeks and weeks, if not months. It feels like fucking years. Is that Real Madrid have to make a decision. Maybe they are split in the boardroom, but they have to make a decision as to whether to go for him or not. So what the source was saying to me was, I hate that word. What that person was saying to me was, he's indicated he wants to go to Real Madrid. And that's what the headline says, right? On the front page, right? But that doesn't mean it's going to happen. Now, I can assure you that the Liverpool fans that are losing their shit today, because they don't follow us, they think that that's now going to happen, right? But that person was saying, well, that's what he's told them, but it doesn't mean that Real Madrid are going to do it, right? Because I don't think... Real Madrid are very arrogant. They are. They're a shit club, to be honest with you. The way they work and everything. They might be a glamorous club, but they're a shit club. Probably the worst in football, above Manchester United. Not saying something, right? And they have that arrogance. And maybe they're entitled to have that arrogance. Their expectations are way higher than our ownership. There's no doubt about that. And that's another thing, right? The lad, I think it's been made difficult for Trent because the thought of leaving. Because in the summer, when I believe there was contact, going on behind the scenes, Jurgen leaves, Arne Slot comes in, and all of us as supporters were expecting a period of transition. Like, what the fuck's going to happen? We saw what happened at Old Trafford when Fergie left. What the fuck's going to happen? I saw what happened at Anfield when Dalglish left the first time around and Souness took control. Took decades to get back, right? So us as supporters are going into it thinking like that. Well, the players are only human as well. So they'll have been thinking the same, like, what the fuck's going to happen here? if I've got a chance to go to Real Madrid and this fucking falls, goes pear-shaped, I'm fucking off. You can imagine that, right? Arne Slot then starts hauling him off, doesn't he? All right? And Trent's like, I'm fucking having it. You could see it when he's being substituted, right? I'm not fucking having this. Fuck that. I've got a chance to go to Real. Yeah, fucked, right? Now, Liverpool are doing exceptionally well. So a lot of Liverpool fans will be like, why on earth would you want to walk out on us? We are the ones, we sent Real Madrid fucking packing, right? And that makes sense, but I don't think it's just like that. I think it's about him being with his boy, fulfilling another chapter of his life. Maybe living in Spain. Who wants to live in Spain, eh? I want to live in fucking Spain, that's why I live here, right? But there's so many ifs and fucking buts. And the biggest one I've emphasised right from the fucking start is whether he wants to go there, whether he'd be cautious, whether you believe this journalist, whether you believe me, whether you believe any fucking thing, right? Is for him to go there, for him to have that opportunity, Real Madrid have to move first. And this journalist, was it this journalist? It was this journalist. I think he said on a Sunday, it was definitely a Sunday, 2 weeks ago, maybe. Now is the time that Real Madrid have to decide if they're going to go for him. In other words, you've got a decision to make. And that, why was this journalist, the only one I listened to, why was he saying that? Because I think he's privy to the people inside the club going, well, I think we should, and I think he's not the greatest defender. But you know what keeps piquing their interest? That. So think about it. They get him on a free. They've still got Carvajal, right? So he's going to go and warm the fucking bench? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I can see them going, well, he might not be the best defender, but we can take a punt on him because he's free. Would you not agree? That's what I think. Now, the media have banged on here for ages, as you know, for months, about the need for the centre-back, a centre-back and a right-back. They've cooled the centre-back thing now, right? That's gone. They've got 4 young kids coming through. There's Asensio as well. They've got players coming back from injury now in centre of defence. The urgency's gone on that. Results, they've improved. Real Madrid now are said to be, they want a right-back and they want a creative midfielder, right? So, do Real Madrid come in for him? I think they do. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. I think they will come in for him. I don't believe anything's done. And the reason I can back up my own thoughts with that is because I don't think we'd be seeing these kind of articles in the paper. I want to go to Real Madrid. Why would he be saying that? Why would they be writing that if they know it's already happening? So that's my views on it. Please give me your feedback. I'm sorry if I've not done a very good job. People expect you to do all of that in 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? There's a joke in there somewhere. She's upstairs, actually. My girlfriend's visiting from England at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Spend Christmas with me. I'm like, I've got to go and do this video, babe. You know what I'm saying? Well, she won't be laughing, but yeah, I'll take care of business later. She won't be getting 53 minutes, eyes for fucking sure. Unless I've got my aspirin. I don't have my aspirin. Anyway, so that's it. I'm going to leave you with that. Please, listen, you can put in, I know there'll be some comments, get fucking rid of him easy. Nah, let's just see what happens, man. I know the temptation's to go there, and I understand it, but I don't think we should. I think we should still keep watching. People say, don't play the fucker. Maybe, but we're going to suffer. We need to have as many players available as possible. Sell him in January. Who's going to agree to being sold in January when you can have all that money in the summer? Yeah. I think one question, which would be interesting, do you think Liverpool would be tempted to sell him in January? I don't think they would, And Real Madrid, people think that they just throw money around left, right and centre. It would have to be very attractive for them to do it. And the results at the moment, maybe they don't need to do it. I think when they were going through the crisis, I think there was a possibility. But I think everything I've seen is all about the summer and being a free transfer. Apart from this journalist does keep saying, well, twice, he said it twice, so maybe keep saying is an exaggeration on my part. He said it twice in the last 6 weeks or something. That's my dog barking. In the last 6 weeks, he said that maybe there's, Liverpool have to consider whether they do something in January, but maybe that's just a speculative question that any of us would say. Right, that's it. Fuck me, 54 minutes of that shite. God, you deserve a medal if you got through this, guys. You really do. Oh, I'll be glad when it's fucking over, won't you? So, one thing I will say to you is, when I do channel members videos, I hate doing channel members videos, but I do it for a quiet life 9 times out of 10. And if you watch my other videos, even the ones without the catchy titles, you will often hear what's in the channel members video because I tag it in at some point. If I put a headline on a title of a video saying, Trent tells Real Madrid I want to play for you, which I could have done 3-4 days ago, can you imagine how many people would have watched that video? And then think of all the shit that you get with it. So for me, even though it was a channel members video, I still didn't title it like that. You know, because people might say, I need to say that to lure people in. No, I just put makes his intentions known. So I know some of you would be members if you could be. But if you do watch all the videos, if you can fucking possibly find that much time in a day, you will know everything on here. People keep asking me about the Chiesa stuff. I've said it in fucking every video almost. The videos saying about Chiesa in the title, probably not. But if you pay attention, the morning briefings, if you come to a live stream, if you can, you'll know, right? Do you know what I mean? I do try. It's just about balance and working out. So, if you're not a channel member, I should say that nearly every day, right, memberships are given away on here, to channel memberships. And people come into my live streams and they gift a membership. They don't pick who gets it, the system does. YouTube decides, right? And YouTube does it through an award, they reward loyalty to the channel, right? So the more you thumbs up a video, the more you comment on a video, the more videos of mine you watch, YouTube looks at that and goes, that person deserves a channel membership, right? And that's how they're allocated. And some people on the live streams were just in there talking yesterday. A couple of people gifted memberships and they got them while they were there. So there's the proof in the pudding. If you don't believe me, Google it. That's how it works, all right? So that's it. I'm sure this video, I'll get a couple of numpties in the comment section, but I can handle that. It's not a problem. I just didn't want to deal with it over there with loads of fucking people saying, oh yeah, trust me, fam. Anyway, DKB, Dunk Knows Best, right? Every fucking thing I said about this so far has happened, right? And my source the other day, spot on, all right? Now let's see where it goes. Anything could fucking happen. I don't know what's going to fucking happen. I have no idea what's going to happen, all right? I'm not a Twitter twat, right? I just like to discuss it and point things out to you. And yeah, that's it. So I would like to make the video an hour long. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? That'd piss people off. Because people, you know what, they come along to my channel and they just want to watch a 3-minute video. How the fuck would you get all that in 3 minutes? Seriously? Did them silly bastards think I want to sit here for a fucking hour? I've got better things to do, you know what I'm saying? Eh? I'd love to get it out of the way in 3 minutes. The video, that is. You know what I'm saying? I would. But it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. In fact, I wonder what's going on online. I've not even looked. I'm so far behind. Right. I don't know what that is. I'm sure the... Let's have a look at this, just 1 second. This is to do with Trent. I don't think it's going to load up. There's one particular website that when you click through to it, never loads on my Wi-Fi. Okay, what's this? Oh, this is interesting. So according to the Liverpool Echo, quote, as things stand, Alexander-Arnold has not communicated to Liverpool that he has chosen to join Real Madrid. Liverpool Echo. Does anyone listen to them these days? Oh, there is something that I need to mention as well, but I think I'm going to do it in a different video. This is regards some claims yesterday by Chris Bascom at the Telegraph. I will do that in a separate video because otherwise I'll be here for 2 fucking hours and people really will kill me, even the people that really appreciate my length. Well, the Liverpool Echo are obviously saying what Liverpool officials are saying, that as things stand, he hasn't told us that he's chosen to join Real Madrid. Quite a little bit of a different wording there, if you think about it, right? Because the Spanish papers haven't said he's told Liverpool he's chosen to join them. Did he? What was it? You've got to be very specific with the words, you know what I mean? he's indicated that he wants to join Real Madrid. That says he has chosen to join Real Madrid, as if it's in fact, as if it's done. So that's quite a little play of the words. But if I was to focus on that and point that out to you, we'd be here all day long. But just consider that, as things stand, Alexander-Arnold has not communicated to Liverpool that he has chosen to join Real Madrid. I think the claims from Spain were that he wants to go there. Anyway, that's that. We're going to exceed an hour. If you appreciate this video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. Your feedback is really important to me. Your views are everything to me, not my views, your views. I care about what your views are. If you're a numpty and you've gone all the way through this video and you're now going to leave some abuse, you'll only be hidden, you'll be talking to yourself forever. So think before you speak. And if you're going to be jokey, make sure you put an emoji on the end. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, I need a fucking beer, to be honest with you now. You can hit the super thanks button. It's a love out under the video and I'll give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's briefing. We're doing Saturday night streaming later today. Streaming. We'll be having a few sherbets and some music. Come along this evening, early evening, and read the video description, the instructions, because we'll be doing it on our own server, but using the chat room on YouTube. All right, guys, take care, and hopefully I'll speak to you real soon. All right.